Alright, so in February last year I got into a high ticket appointment setting. That was about 16, yeah, was it 16 months ago? And that's when I started my journey in this high ticket sales space, and I was doing it full time all until about October, maybe 8 months ago, right? And that's when I first thought about starting a business. When my first thought about starting a business came to me, and until 1st of January this year, 2024, I was just testing things out, From October to January 2024, I was just testing the things out, seeing could my business even be profitable, and of course, after all, would I even be a good fit? Would I be a credible guy to coach or show something to other people? Turned out that I am a good guy for such a thing. So since 1st of January 2024, up until now, being a high ticket sales rep is not something I'm doing full time anymore. I fully transitioned into being a business owner. And at the moment I run two different business offers. So that's one thing I want to point out. So my transition came pretty much from being a full-time setter to now doing a setting on the side as well. I'm a part-time setter now, I would say, because my full-time occupation is running two different offers within my business. So like I said, as a setter I was making above average people nowadays are making, especially as a 19-year-old, where most of the guys my age are just in college, not having any income, and I was happy. I was in a happy place. I impressed people around me, to be honest, my family and friends, but the thing is that I've also realized that it's not enough to retire me and my family. So I came to realize that as a setter, you can't retire anyone pretty much. You can't retire yourself, you can't retire your family. When you look at it, making 5 to 8K a month is not some crazy money that average setters are making. You can buy yourself some nice things, save up for a car even after a few months, provide your loved ones with some nice gifts, but you're not financially free. You see my point? And with that being said, I needed to find a way to take the next step, get to the next level, make more money, and of course, enjoy the life of freedom. That's when I started my first business, where I coach people how to make money as an appointment setters. Pretty much I'm teaching them how to get into this online space while building the foundation for something more, as well as making few K per month that I was doing as well as a setter, which, is a good extra money on the side. So the dream life I wanted to live consists of collecting experiences that I could tell to people later down the line, such as traveling to Thailand completely on my own, or going through the journey with my football career, and most importantly, documenting my journey A to Z on how I became financially free. So my goals that I've had before starting a business, my dream goals that I was having, was obviously collecting 6 stories, one of which is obviously going to Thailand for the first time in my life. I still can't fathom that I was there. Then just pretty much my journey as a footy player, and my A to Z journey on how I became financially free. Of course, I'm not financially free yet, but I for sure know that I will be one day, because I know I have all it takes, and actually that's the same mindset you should be having as well. And now as a business owner, I have that freedom, but that's not the case with everyone. I have the freedom, like I said, not fully financially free, but I am more free than I was as a full-time setter. But like I was saying, that's not the case with every business owner. I've seen plenty of business owners just being a slave to their business, which is exactly what I want to help them with by recording this video, for example. If you're maybe a slave of your business, spending too much time and not enjoying the money you're making with it, stay here and watch this video so you can finally live a life like a proper business owner. So first thing you gotta understand is that running a business is not giving yourself another job. Just sit for a moment and ask yourself, what was the reason you started your business in the first place? The answer is probably similar to mine, which is to be free. And now look at the way your business is being run. Do you have a sales team? If you do, how much time does it take you to manage every single thing, such as taking care of your setters? Do you manage leads by using the CRM systems? Do you track KPIs? There are many questions you can ask yourself. If you're doing all of that, I mean, how much time per day does it take you? Probably a lot of valuable time that you could just be putting into expanding other aspects of your business, like, let's say, success stories and client deliveries. Those are first two that came to my mind. For example, when I was doing all of that for my business by myself, I was always waking up tired thinking about, bro, I have so many leads to reply to and I have so many guys to follow up with. Or one worst one that I was having, and a lot of guys that I need to enter into the CRM was the worst one I was having. Having a bunch of guys entering into CRM, adding the follow-up date, adding the date added, adding their IG links, etc., etc. That was the biggest pain for me. And now I have people doing that for me. And what I also have is a clear path to get to my next step, to reach my next goal, which is making consistent 20K per month. That's the next goal I'm having. And I know for a fact that right now I have a clear path and there's nothing that can stop me besides me maybe not being consistent, which I know is not going to be the case. Most of the people have never genuinely sat down and asked themselves out loud, what is the dream life they want to live? You should absolutely try it and find out. And if spending your time by any chance, by doing all these things like outreaching, handling leads, managing everything by yourself, if those things can get you there, then cool, just do it and you should stick with it consistently no matter what. But if you're a masculine guy, you probably seek excellence. You probably seek excellence. You probably seek to live this life where you can do anything you want at any point in time while also providing for your loved ones. And that's the definition of being financially free. That's what I mean by living a life financially free. Being just free to do whatever you want to do. If this is you, if you seek to get to the point where you can give yourself your own schedule and make 20K per month like I want, and beyond 20K a month if you maybe have some bigger goals, then outsourcing everything you're currently doing sounds like your best next play, just like I did. So what you should be doing is you should outsource low leverage activities. Low leverage activities, like previously mentioned, let's say having full conversations with people, then doing an outreach, editing your videos, which is even worse. You see my point now. Of course, I'm not saying your goals or the results are gonna be the same as mine right here. You will maybe have different goals or different results, but the thing is that you must take action, and if you fully commit yourself to your goals, then as men, naturally, I truly believe that you will somehow make this happen. I know it maybe sounds like a dirty thing to say that you should outsource some activities, you should not be putting 10-12 hours a day into your business, but just hear me out before I get the hate. Instead of putting 12 hours a day, you can be putting approximately 2 to 3 hours into your business, and all the extra time that you have now can be put into high leverage activities. Let's put it in another way actually. Let's say you want to put 3 extra hours into doing an outreach, let's say. For 3 extra hours you're doing an outreach. What does that generate you is the big question. What can 3 extra hours of outreach generate you? What revenue can this generate you? You can approximately reach out to 50 people in those 3 hours, I would say. About 50 people, I think. And why is that? Because obviously in those 3 hours you need to space out the messages, in order to avoid being action blocked. And from those 50 messages, how many replies can you get? How many replies from these 50 can you actually get? I would say maybe 10 replies, which is about 20% if your opening is good, of course. And then how many extra hours would you need to spend on warming the lead, and ultimately how many calls are you gonna book even from these 10 guys, Let's say you book 3 calls. You need to take those calls as well. And now after such a draining experience, are you in a position to close at least one deal out of these 3? Once again, many questions come up, and if you ask yourself, those questions, you start wondering like, why are you even wasting your time? You know what I mean? And instead of doing all that, I would just pick out the one which would be taking the call. That's what I would do. I would just be taking the call. Why? Because obviously, who can better present your offer than yourself, Now, on the other hand, what putting those extra hours directly into your business can generate you? You know what? It can generate you unlimited freedom. It means you're still making great money, but now you have the time to do whatever the fuck you want to be doing throughout the day. And once you get the hang of it, everything is going to be automated because, taking action is the key to learning. What's the better way to learn something than by literally doing it? Most of the people after watching these kinds of videos just go about their day and say, oh, I'll make some changes soon, but yeah, they don't realize their competition says the same thing. And now let me ask you, is that a logical thing to do? Is it logical to start on the same day as your competition? Of course, there's no logic behind it. You want to get advantage as soon as possible. You want to watch this video and just start dialing your business in, so you can live a life like a real business owner and not just some wannabe CEO, you know what I mean? So if you want to be successful as a business owner, you need to act with logic. If you're not sure what your next step should be, I actually have a couple of other videos that I'm probably gonna be putting as suggested videos at the end of this video. And in those videos, I'm explaining exact systems and management strategies that I'm using to both run a business and spend 2 beautiful weeks in Thailand doing Muay Thai, going gym daily, having nice steaks and cigars with my boys. That's just me living the life of freedom as a business owner. And one main takeaway you should get from this video is actually sit down and have a conversation with yourself and ask yourself, what do you want your life to look like in 2 years? Then, once you have all the answers, it's actually a pretty simple logic. Then once you have all the answers to your question, like what do you want your life to look like in about 2 years, what you can do is reverse engineer your business from the dream life that you want to live. For example, I wanted to build fully automated business that will provide for me while I can do my other day-to-day stuff. I'm still not at the exact position, to be fully honest, like I previously said, but I know exactly how to get there, and that's what I'm currently working towards. I want the option to be able to work, but I don't want for my business to be a requirement for me. I don't want to be a slave to my business, because being a slave to your business is absolutely the worst possible scenario you could be getting. It's absolutely the worst. And that's the only way I can fully enjoy my business, and as a result of that, I'm able to provide the most value, when I'm not a slave to my business. There are so many other ways you can, I would say, package your skills into your business that you don't even realize. And what you should not be doing is don't let your business be just another 9 to 5 where you're not enjoying it. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. I have some other stuff to do now. It's Monday Conquest. I'm still not finished for the day. And yeah, thanks for watching and keep grinding. See you in the next video.